What? Well, I was supposed to wake up at 3:45, but it is now 6, so I completely missed my alarm. I'm about to text the guys and let them know, but I'm still gonna go get after it.
I don't know how to put my camera.
Chris Corper, Death March, on my way at 6:02. We're done.
6:02 was an hour and a half after we were supposed to start. Don't sleep in, kids. It's not good for you. Very, very rare occurrence. Very rare. Just got to the mountain, see what I can get done in the amount of time that I have. Let's go. Coming up on the gate. Final punch. Ten to the top from the from the gate. Sub 20 from the parking lot. Let's go down. Stinger on the steep part. And then we're gonna run the descent, take a left, loop around the mountain, hot pace, try to get back in time, take the boys. Beautiful sunrise, Cookin. Far edge of the mountain right now. It's where the boys and I hunt crystals. Lots of quartz. Oregon Mountains right there. A little bit of color. All right, let's keep punching. It's been a good threshold style trail run. These Altras, unreal. Best shoe I've worn on a trail, period. Hands down. Very, very pleased. This is the maiden voyage leading into Bataan with these shoes. Just to kind of get a feel. I think they're gonna be more than sufficient for Bataan. This particular section is where I tripped and broke my toe, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. It's pretty gnarly. Absolutely brutal. Just caught a little sharp rock with all the force of my toe on it. Blew it up. So I'm a little bit more careful now, picking my feet up. 5741, parking lot to the top, gate around the east side of the mountain, back to the parking lot. Look at this sunrise. That was money. I'm glad I got it done, even though I slept good. For the execute track today, there was 4 rounds programmed, 1 K of running with change of direction. Since I hit that gnarly trail run this morning, I audibled a little bit, did 3 rounds of the full thing, 1 round of the strength, endurance part, and I changed the run to an 800 meter out and back so I could just take it easier on the knees, ankles, less change of direction, less systemic fatigue on the run. And I pushed the run pace pretty good. It was a 800 meter run, 20 clean wall balls, 30 meter burpee broad, 24 lunges at race weight, 200 foot carry, spin on the bike for 2 minutes as a recovery. So Just wrapping up right now. Each round took me 7.5 minutes, 7:30 on the dot. Last one was 7:40. I had some decay on the burpees primarily. I think I held that run pretty good. So I'm gonna rate that 7 out of 10 hard, very hard, and I felt strong. So as you can see from the heart rate data, very much threshold pacing. 3 really nice peaks, just sustained average heart rate of 154, max heart rate of 169. So phenomenal stimulus on the mixed modal element, and really just trying to reduce run decay as much as possible after the legs are fried. So there's a few things going on in that session that are really good for the race specific task. And wall balls right out of the run, finding the rhythm, finding the breath. Then of course burpees when you're super gassed, heart rate's up, then your lunges, then your carries. And the reason I did dumbbell or kettlebell lunges is to tax the grip and the traps prior to the carry, which was great. Even though it's not as heavy on the hands, it's still time under tension before you go carry. So, and then, you know, you've got the spin in between, so our heart rate never really drops too low. So we're keeping the average up. Overall, phenomenal. So it's 10:45. I've got a rendering proposal with Samson coming up with Sandia High School up in Albuquerque, which will be awesome. And then I'll probably pop out, hit my burpee row after, and then shower and continue working. So it's just nice to be able to pop out here and hit a short session as a break from work. And I really think it supports the overall training goals that I have, and just allows me to be really effective, because when you're going into the afternoon, there's that mental lull you can potentially have. And getting some movement in midday really just helps me stay locked until the end of the workday. So there's a lot of floor space in between them, which allows for bounding, change of direction work within the weight room on the floor, which is really nice when you're running larger groups like you guys have talked about. Wall graphics, branding, kind of kept that old school paint job you guys got on the wall, modernized it a little bit with the big logo there. So these are the racks that we depict going along that, if you're looking at the drawing top down, the bottom wall, close against the wall. Yeah. These rack feet come out a little bit off the back, gives you a little bit of space to walk around and spot on the inside.
And then, like Chris said, you can save these images on your desktop as stills. Just right click and save. Okay, perfect.
All right, thanks guys.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, presentation went well. The visuals of that room looked awesome, and the layout, I think, if they can pull that off over the next couple of years, is going to be a game changer for those athletes. So that's one of the most enjoyable parts of what I do with Samson, is seeing these rooms come to life from the design concept stage all the way through installation, and seeing what a lot of these high school athletes were using initially from a layout standpoint, from an equipment standpoint, and then watching it get upgraded and the environment that they go train in just become next level. It's cool because it affects the culture of the school. It affects the performance side on the athletics, what they're able to get out of their training. And for me, training in high school was, a really big part of my life. Going to the gym with my brothers, setting me up for success from a discipline standpoint, and just overall a big part of my youth. So providing that for high schools in particular is really, really powerful. Of course, colleges, private facilities, et cetera, are great too, but love the high school market. It was a cool meeting. All right, time to row burpee, and then I'll go shower up and keep working. $18.30 on the dot. I was working for a negative row split on the last 4. 125, 125, 124, and that was the last one. So, yeah, that 127 on round 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, and then round 6, 7, 8 were 125, 125, 124. What I was looking for in that piece was how can I just consistent hard effort the entire time, manage transitions. And as I was doing it, I was pondering on like, you know, one of the things that makes the race difficult is just how you get hit differently from a breath standpoint on these different movements. So it's like the burpees, way different breathing pattern than the wall balls, and the lunges, the carries, the rowing, the ski, and it's all mixed with running. Like I found that what was really interesting was going from my breath rhythm on the burpees to my breath rhythm on the row. And like after the first 2 rounds, I kind of found that rhythm. And it made a huge difference in how I was able to get into the row and just start hitting my consistent pace right away versus struggling. So I think a lot of people get absolutely smoked when they start training mixed modal, in particular like a HYROX style mixed modal, because they don't know how to manage their oxygen. So that was really good. That's it for today. Follow along. Really stoked about this year. Any engagement you all have on this channel is phenomenal. Drop in the comments any suggestions you'd like for videos. If you want me to go deeper on any training subject matter, anything like that. Right now I'm just getting into a rhythm of just publishing. And then as I do that, I know that ideas will come. I can add more value here on this channel. From a documentation standpoint, I'm just looking forward to looking back on these videos and seeing how far we've come, especially with the development of our group here, Full Strength Gyms, and what we're building out there. So I'm gonna get back to work, and the rest of the day I'm gonna spend hitting some Samson work, and then also starting to really hash out the things we talked about in our meeting with Full Strength Gyms with my men here, and getting after it. So till then, thanks for hanging out. Catch you in the next video. Peace.